Well, it's 2 days after the election results. How are y'all feeling? Are we gonna burn? Are we gonna burn? No, I do not think we're gonna burn. I mean, life will go on the way that it has been going on, and things will die down, and we're going to adjust, revert back to where we were during his first presidency. I don't know what to expect. I don't. I mean, he's made some promises that he said he would do in his first 100 days, and we'll just kind of see. I don't doubt that he won't make good on those promises, but I'm not sure if I hope it won't be as dramatic as he is. That's, because that's what he does, drama. And nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's an entertainer, a very great entertainer. And, that's just what he does. But I just hope that the drama show isn't as bad as some of us would like to picture it to be. When I say drama, I mean like individuals who have been living here, working here, contributing here for decades, getting drug out or bust out or flown out, separated from their families and things like that. And, our media filming it, and not trying to help, just standing by, filming it and broadcasting it across the news all day and all night. These are just things, that might not necessarily happen, but just things that we think about based on some of the promises that have been made. I definitely know there'll be some federal service changes. I speak on federal service because I'm a federal employee. A lot of talk on social media in those communities of fear. I mean, people dropping retirement papers and stuff. I mean, it's that's a bit of a jump, but also I don't, if you're at that age and you just don't want to deal with that and you've earned that, I don't blame you. But I wouldn't drop retirement papers, and just solely on fear. But anyway, there's a lot of discussion in the federal employee community about, the changes that are coming, the swift changes. And I expect there to be swift changes, swift departmental changes, swift leadership changes, swift management and policy changes, which is to be expected. I just think we're going to see an onslaught very fast. And, sometimes that's fine because sometimes, it taken years to make one change I don't agree with that. Sometimes I'm in favor of swift changes, but it'll just be interesting, in the first 100 days, I think is really going to be a good indication of, what we're going to be, living through thereafter. And, what are your thoughts on, So I had to take a day and process. A lot of people are still processing, and that's totally understandable. It's a lot, to adjust. We knew it was going to be an adjustment either way, but now that the results are in and reality is hit and set, we have to process this phase of, okay, it is what it is, and now how is this going to apply to my life, to my family, to my friends, to my way of living. And for everyone, that's going to look a little different. So that in itself is another time that you have to allow to process, to think about how it's going to individually impact you and what you got going on. So I wish everybody the best, nothing but the best, whoever you voted for and whatever your decision or thoughts about our new administration that's coming, our returning administration that's coming back to us. And I'm just sharing my thoughts on what I think is important to maintain focus on, regardless of how it might impact you, because as I said, it's going to hit us each differently. I just think time. No, let me not do that because that might mean something else. I don't want to be giving no subliminal signals to anyone. But time, health. I did it again anyway. Time, health, and money. I think those are things to always keep in the back of your mind. Always keep a focus on because we're all here for we're all here for a predetermined amount of time, which none of us knows. And I think it's just important to remember the balance of that, how much time you have, what you're doing with it, how your health is and what you're doing about it. And, of course, money. Not to obsess over it, but just know that it's a tool that we need to maneuver through life. So, of course, it's important in that regard. So, time, health, money, keep that at the forefront of your maneuvers and what how you're going to move forward into the next year. I'm not going to lie, it's rough, it's scary. I have a lot of fears, I have a lot of concerns with the returning administration, and that's okay. But there's things that I have to think about with all the abrupt changes that might be coming. I had a lot of immediate fears and anxieties about what do I have to do, because I'm a problem solver. So one of the good things and bad things about me is that I have to have a solution, one or two solutions in front of me immediately so that I can move towards those. I'm not about gray areas and things. I don't do that well. But life consists of gray areas, so it is what it is. But my immediate fears were just my immediate reactions were to run.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Like, okay, it's not going to work well for me here. It's not going to look well for me here. So where can I move outside of the U.S.? But after a 24-hour period, I I relaxed a little and I thought about my list of goals. I think it's important for everybody to have a list of their goals and dreams. If you don't already have your list, at least of 5 things that you want, do that list so you can always be fighting and striving and working towards your passions, your goals, and your dreams. But anyway, after the 24-hour period of anxiety, I just went back to my list and I said, look, is anything need to be updated? Is anything going to change? How are these things on my list going to be impacted? Will they be harder for me to obtain? Will they be easier? So it's kind of like a grounding and a centering, a rebalancing of, yourself, and just kind of like calming the anxieties and things. The world is not going to end, things are going to change, and sometimes change is good, sometimes change is difficult, but we all, we get in line and we adjust accordingly. But you also have to find the balance to maintain your happiness and your goals and your dreams. So after that 24-hour period of just being anxious and fearful, I just rebalance with my goals. Okay, here is what I, want to do. Here are my dreams. Here's what's important to me. Damn the, all the exterior factors that are changing, which will impact me. But, at the end of the day, I'm responsible for making myself happy. I'm responsible for establishing and obtaining my goals, going after my goals and my dreams and my passions. That's not going to change. I mean, the list can change, but I am entitled to have passions. I am entitled to have goals, and I'm entitled to have dreams. So I rebalanced by revisiting my list. And I just would say to people to do that, to maintain focus on what your goals and your dreams are and your aspirations, and continue to put forth the effort and the energy, the good energy into that. Trump and his administration can't change my goals and my dreams. And I still, you know, so far I live in a free country where, I'm able to go after those dreams. Now, yes, some of the things that might be coming might try to impair or encroach upon those dreams, but I just gotta find a way around because they can't be stopped. It's just, it might take me, a different route to get around to it. And that's okay, because that's change, that's life. But focus on what your goals and dreams are and how to get to those. I would definitely say be cognizant of your time, of your time. What are you pouring your time into? If you're just pouring your time into a job, I respect if that's what you want to do, but there's so much more to life than just the work that we have to do to get by. So there are volunteer opportunities. There are things that you can help with the community, which I personally need to do more of. There's so much more that you can do, with your time or maybe learning a new language, learning a new skill set or whatever. There's so many things that we can do to feed your soul, and the time that you have, the time with your significant other, your friends, your family, those valuable, meaningful relationships. Focus on those, build those up, strengthen those up, enjoy those while you have the time to do so. Health, very important. I've talked about in other videos that I've had some health issues in the past, and I've really done a lot this past year to turn that around, because it's important to me, not only that I'm just getting older and things might get harder, but also because I'm in an environment that contributes to um, things that impact my health. So I have to fight against those, to maintain that. But it's important, because once that health goes, and if it significantly diminishes, you can't just go out and, well, some people can't go out and buy that back. That's not something that you can necessarily, get back. You can try to repair the damage as much as possible, but that's precious. So focus on your health goals and things that you want to do. You want to strengthen your mental capacity. You want to strengthen your physical capacity, your emotional, well-being and capacity. Focus on that. That's always going to make you feel better when you're improving any area of your health, regardless of, what the outside elements are that are going on that could impact your health. And then of course your money, the tool, that we all need to get better access to things, whether that's better access to healthcare or luxuries or whatever it is, that you want to use the tool of money to get to. So I had to just stop and say, okay, this a new administration is coming. There are going to be changes. But what are my financial goals? I personally would like to be financially independent and retire early. I'm working towards that, but I started later, so you know. But I've made significant strides this past year, and I plan to make even more significant strides in the future, with investments and savings and things like that, and securing myself and my child's financial future and things like that, and building wealth building, and passing that down. um, Learn about money. I'm still learning. Understand your money, understand how you're balancing your money, what's coming in, what's going out, and how to have smart practices and things with your money. We are in a society of consumerism. I mean, eh, I get tired of the shit. I get tired of getting bombarded with ads and things, and the oohs and the ahs, and it's nice. But once I started paying attention to the number of the amount of shit that we're subjected to every day and every moment and every breath, you can't watch the news, you can't enjoy a video stuff, and some of that stuff is like, oh, I could really use that, and some of that stuff is just like, this damn commercial, come on one more again. And but either way, it's just, we're constantly bombarded with that on the radio, on TV, when we're out. And it's hard to get a hold of that, to get a hold of that and control the amount that you're subjected to, and how much you put out and you go out and spend. If that's your lot in life, your goal is just to make money and spend while you're here, then that's great. But if like most of the rest of us, if you have other goals and aspirations, it's going to take the tool of money to get to it. And if you don't have a control on, your spending, what's going in and what's coming out, and your savings, and what you're investing in, how you're investing in making your money make money, then it could take you a long time to reach your goal, with needing that tool of money. Um, and it could just make you miserable because you'll constantly feel like the cog that we've all been conditioned to be, and continue spinning and spinning, for whatever you think you're chasing or whatever you've been told to chase. And you're not getting there, or you might get there, but then you have this next level of debt, and all this stuff you got to pay for because you've leveled up. Each time you level up, there's some new shit there waiting for you to buy. So it's just important to be mindful of that. So I'm saying all this is to say, no, we're not going to burn. We're going to go through some stuff. We're going to see within the first 100 days, what the next 3.5 years will be like. We've been there before, so we have an idea. But as you know, the guardrails are off and full power is on. So it's going to be a little different this time around. But yeah, just focus on time and wealth and health. Those things that you can't really buy, and you can't really buy back. And, you know, you only have so much of. So just, focus on that and how you're going to maximize the best of that you can get. But we not burning. We're going to be all right. We going to be all right. And, it's going to be good. So I'm wishing you all, thanks for tuning in. And I'm wishing you all of you, a good and blessed day.